points against. Please, you score on offense.
Here's Mobley going to take the jumper, banks it in for the first points of the.
Yes, the capital of all things good.
Here's Peterson going to let it fly. No good, but there's Mobley with a follow slam. Answering that shot. He got a block on the last possession.
I'm looking for Jabari Walker getting into the game soon and staying in the game.
Mobley's three, not there. Rebounded.
That call on the next dead ball on a review.
No, they're not. They can't review it.
Why not?
I have to give you a rule book for Christmas. Remind me.
Includes Evan Mobley.
Keyshawn Bartholomew with a three-pointer, and the Buffaloes lead by 11. Mobley trying to answer, can't connect. And then Goodwin. Yeah, Jordan Brown. Edey in the paint.
Great defense by De Silva.
Mobley knocks down the perimeter shot.
Pass for Egbonpalo. We'll see if he regrets that decision.
That was a nice pass there to Mobley, who's got 9 of the 11 USC points. You would have broken all of them anyway.
No way, man. I'm all about the rules.
Here's Anderson
to
Mobley.
Penetration.
And how about Mobley with 11 of the 13 USC?
They played.
Well, they did play a great defensive game.
Great defensive game from the outset and throughout. Beautiful move.
Puts it in and a foul. He's got 13 first.
Immediately responds with the response of a champion. Take this jumper in your face.
Here's Evan Mobley. Good. Great. Mobley has 15 first half.
Altman, and that can basically never be said about any of these coaches in the Conference of Champions over the last 5 or 6 years. Eli Parquet of our sentence together.
Mobley, another jump shot.
Beautiful.
Got it again. Mobley's got 17.
Great defense by Ethan Anderson.
I'll get to the stat in a moment here. Peterson in transition.
I can't wait.
Mobley tips it in. 19 for Mobley. And the
you know who's guarding Taj Edey? Is Eli Parquet.
He has not scored in this game. Parquet doing a great job again. Mobley beautifully done with the right hand. He's got 23.
Have you ever been puffed up?
Mobley thinking about it. Takes a long two. Not there.
Right over the
down 7, 2:10 remaining.
And the worst possible scenario for Colorado. A missed layup opportunity again.
Mobley hits a three. Evan Mobley.
Score would tell you.
USC should attack Jimmy Allen and attack Alfonso Plummer. Andy Enfield really wanting him.
Not have a field goal attempt. Suddenly the word starts going, he needs to be more aggressive. Like right here, like right there. Okay.
So that's sort of in your face. Remarkable NBA career, a business career now, and he's president of the G League, which is one of the real success stories of the entire NBA. Absolutely a quiet first half for Brandon.
All right, so USC over there. Mobley, there you go. Well, Mobley had a ferocious dunk to start.
2 blocks on that play.
All right, Mobley against Jantunen.
I'm assuming you can pin it on the board.
Ooh, tip back.
And it's almost a relief when they do score. Keep going, don't stop. There you go.
Well, short.
What a pass. Right to it.
You were asleep. There's the nice double to get the ball out of Mobley's
defense by Brandon Carlson.
All right, look at this. Well, that's what Mobley showed us at the beginning of the year.
Close enough to you so that it's an effective screen. Now, this is what, take him. Get right there. There you go. Perfect. It's okay. It's a great shot.
Madden trying to front Isaiah Mobley inside.
You've got to get outside. You've got to get the ball to Evan Mobley here.
And Mobley in. Finish. The USC. Exactly, Bill.
And not panicking because not every team wins. Beautiful penetration and dish.
Evan Mobley.
Okay. So long for this opportunity. You just love the effort of these guys that hardly ever get to play anymore.
Going right at Carlson with the miss.
Who can get a rebound?
And it's Larson. Ethan Anderson lets it go. Long rebound to Evan Mobley.
Great.
And Evan Mobley takes care of it solo.
And what a block out by. Superb adjustments tonight throughout the game by Evan Mobley.
Going at Carlson here. Nice. Will turn over him. Good fight.
On a drive in amongst the Giants.
And Evan Mobley again taking it at Carlson.
Beautiful.
Finishes with the left.
The magic of
kick out. This is Taj Edie. Now to Evan Mobley, baseline jumper and a friendly. Who does USC turn to for some offense?
Well, this guy right here isn't a bad guy as long as he has a little room to operate.
Evan Mobley has to be huge for them if they're going to have a deep run.
Well, that's the thing with him, yeah, and he doesn't really have to score, but Nick would love for him to score.
It's Evan Mobley again, his or colleague, and the teams that he feels like are going to be in the big dance. There's still so much left to be determined. Boy, a thing of beauty by Evan Mobley. Second half. This is Peterson. Now to Evan Mobley, forces the issue over the top of Etienne, making players in the entire country. Saw Jalen Clark check in. Now he defends Evan Mobley. Mobley trying to force the issue a bit, left it short.
They're trying to post Mobley up, but they're forcing him out. Clark has pushed him out 17 feet away.
Mobley, that's a long two, and he hits.
Really?
UCLA so dominant here in Pauley, 18 straight wins going back to last year. Evan Mobley, the spin, puts it down, and he's headed to the free throw line.
Up with it, the other guy go to the offensive glass.
Both teams in the 1-and-1 here. 2 timeouts left for USC. Here comes Evan Mobley.
Nice
denied by Riley.
That's all. Getting up. He's almost behind the backboard.
They run the same play. Mobley now on the perimeter. He's going to fire a deep three.
Wow, look at good one there.
Here, Peterson, the junior guard. For Evan Mobley, the star freshman. And White tried to come in from behind, and O'Connell is on him. These two teams really good at shooting the basketball, but both cold over his head. Seems like it's one of those nights so far for the Cardinals. Evan Mobley with the flush. A 6-point win for SC that Stanford was leading much of it. And Mobley again with the flush. Both of his baskets have been from that same. Give me a sec. We got my data man on it.
Got to get that ball to the weak side.
Mobley with the jumper knocks it down.
For a reason, he's only taken, that's only his 5th 3 taken all year. But the issue with Stanford's defense is they're daring everybody to shoot.
That was a long 2, foot on the line from Mobley.
He's got to be ready to shoot that basketball.
Evan Mobley going to work, hounded. Still able to get a shot off with a long rebound right.
Angel can shoot that thing, man. Tall kid, good release. Just has to improve his body.
Mobley left open for 3.
It'd be a stretch 4 or 5.
Evan just inside the free throw line. Tickles the twine.
The lone left-hander on this running U team. They've come back, recovered. Yes. Throw.
There's Evan Mobley with the follow jam.
Some of the legends from years gone by.
That was Batten with the layup. But go ahead and finish your point on it, because USC is elite defensively. They're 8th in the country in field goal defenses. Right. Good move inside. Evan Mobley, though, one of the nation's shot blocking leaders. Here he is on the other end. Mobley can't get the bounce. Led by 10. Utah has been hot. And now, if he can get the rebound, we'll have a chance to tie, but they don't. Here's Mobley. And Evan Mobley couldn't get it.
Don't try too hard. The high elevation here will have negative impact on your health.
Here's Mobley going to try a 3. Comes up way short. He is.
Josh Christopher can really score. Marcus Bagley can really shoot it. The guy I love is Chris Duarte at Oregon. I mean, he's a big-time shooter, and we're seeing the.
She averages 4 points per game, but he has 10 tonight.
And that is not a good sign that Isaiah's on the bench. Beautiful passing. Absolutely spectacular.
Brother Isaiah Mobley, so Evan Mobley, but look for him to really impact it defensively.
Deshaun Schwartz from outside in Colorado. Out of the field after getting hot recently.
This thing goes through Florida State. They are a juggernaut.
First points of the night for Evan.
To call my games, giving them the business.
Old man game right there. Evan Mobley, the 7-footer, can't get the roll. They have had a rough start. Taj Edie trying to get on the board. And he's played very well recently, but he misses. And there is Evan Mobley capitalizing for
16, 60%, 8 rebounds. He's a star.
Coming up later in the second half, Mike Schmitz, ESPN NBA draft. Evan Mobley, only 6 points, plus Colorado shared the ball. 12 assists on 15 field goals, as Evan Mobley inside is denied out of bounds.
Sink, and then Isaiah Mobley had to sit down for a good portion of the first half as well.
Picked up a couple of fouls, and again, he was a game-time decision.
And then Andy Enfield is good at reading the opposition. That's a shot.
Attacking Evan Mobley is denied.
He's really the modern NBA. Reminds me a little bit of a mix between Anthony Davis and Chris Bosh.
Ooh, that's nice. A- on the...
But they have not won a road game all season. They're 0-8 on the road.
So you're saying Patino was stashing his guys?
Well, no. And Peyton Pritchard went in the first round last year to Boston.
Yeah, exactly. But they have winning intangibles. The money they'll make won't deter their attitude for
against the Ducks. 15-0 before Oregon knew it hit them. Last touch by the Trojans. Colorado ball.
It's not the winning teams, the top 5 teams in conference.
Information on advertising, call toll-free. NAAB Radio, where the world is listening. NAAB Radio is streaming worldwide to over 95 million listeners. Business owners, you can advertise on
wars, but they're jacking shots, and they're shooting 36%. They're not making winning choices in terms of efficiency. How about it? That is a winning choice. Making it look easy. Reminds me some of Tim Duncan as we see Peterson maneuvering and playmaking. Finds Mobley for the fit. Number one is, you can't try and get it back in the first 4 minutes of this half. You've got to chip away by getting those defensive stops. And here it hit there. He's got 24 points as Duarte lost it initially and then does throw it away. Peterson lob it up. Oh, slam it down. Evan Mobley showing off the skills are at their best. Mobley on the outside, showing off the ball handling, nearly stripped, does get it back, and that is just too easy for the length of Evan Mobley. Double digits, which creates a psychological momentum, can serve as a catalyst. Mobley taking out all of Oregon, can't hit, but he does tap it out for him. That is really admirable about a program in sustained success. Yeah, and Dana Altman year to year adjusts the pass. You look at Evan Mobley with the easy deuce.
And it's also level of maturity with Isaiah, not getting caught up in the hype of his brother, maybe not getting the attention, but for Arizona to fill out the corner and then bring Tabellas off of a cross screen into the post.
Mobley took so long, 2 steps in. Looking for their first conference championship since the mid-'80s. Here's Evan Mobley. A hook shot is there, and he's fouled. Only had 2 shot attempts.
Definition of brotherly love, the way they were sharing the pill against Arizona State.
They said exactly how they pictured it, minus the fans.
Right.
It's a little quieter than they thought. A bit of a sloppy stretch here. Mobley catch and shoot. He's got a 3.
See, Tim Duncan wasn't doing that.
Speed ball was kind of getting loose. This has been pretty, watching him go up and down and locked in shooting the ball.
Well, how about the coaches? You see Mobley right now with an open shot and Peterson inside with a nice off.
Edey gets cut off. It's Mobley straight away. And a rebound for Tubelis, 7 assists. Well, it'd be hard to get 3 assists over the final 3 minutes, but not out of the realm of possibility. Evan Mobley drops it in.
Beautiful play. Pick and roll.
Team has not won in 4 years. Mobley at the foul line. Evan Mobley, turnaround, offline, out of bounds, within the flow of the game.
If you look at the stats, you're like, oh, he has 19.
Right. Has done a lot of it at the foul line in the second half. And here he'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play. Today he's got 18 points, 7 assists.
You better believe he had this one circled. Now I'm not gonna say, I can't say circle because young kids see Evan Mobley getting inside. They don't have talent.
Big possession for the Trojans. They all are at this point. Down 8 with 1:25. Back inside Mobley. Fadeaway shot, no. And a foul.
And right now the black jerseys are comfortable. They're playing like they belong.
Stepping out is Evan Mobley, an 8-0 run for the Sun Devils. Mobley's first points. The miss. Isaiah Mobley the rebound for SC.
Both teams right now just have an easy flow going.
Evan Mobley the finish and off his brother.
for him. I like what I'm seeing with the guard play from ASU. They will throw it to the open shooter.
You like that?
Whoa.
Player of the year who will win Pac-12 Freshman of the Year in a runaway. 7 points, 4 assists in the first half, and there he is, shooting a three. And intercepted. Here comes Evan Mobley, going coast to coast.
Oh, talking about Isaiah Mobley, he's good enough to average this. This is the kind of skill level he has, Roxy.
Here's Evan Mobley going to work.
You say ain't thrown up? I ain't
No, I did. Did you? Evan Mobley!
Yo, no, you know what happens? You guys don't move your carts when you go to Target. And so big guys like me have to wedge in the parking spot because you ain't moved your cart.
Bobby Hurley has had a lot of success so far at Arizona State. A tip won't go for Evan Mobley. And the ball, Josh Christopher out with a leg bruise and a back injury. Marcus Bagley is out with an ankle injury. Is Evan Mobley stepping out, beating the shot clock?
Good time.
Yeah. I'm going to take Osaka. But again, I'm saying whoever wins that match tonight is Evan Mobley.
Peterson, the transfer from Rice. Evan Mobley can put the ball on the floor. Evan Mobley over everybody. And now comes off the bench as a reserve, number 20, built like a linebacker, and one of the captains of the USC Trojans.
And Noah Williams is probably one of the more undervalued scorers out there on the floor right now. He doesn't get a lot of attention, but he really can score.
Evan Mobley goes back up top to Agon Polo. Max gives it up to Evan. Floater no good. Rapp clears it. Now the post up to Mobley. Jump hook is short. The answer, Noah Williams. Alley-oop and the dunk by Evan.
A couple of times. We know he's a great player offensively. He can score in bunches. But right there, back-to-back scores for him. We'll see if he can keep that going.
Mobley.
And I know it was some time ago, but as a player at Arizona, we dreaded this road trip. It's a tough game no matter who you are. Plays like that make it a lot easier, though. Well, for the Cougars, their three-point shooting. They haven't really done a great job on the glass, but here they find themselves in a 4-point game, and Mobley's just...
Mobley back to his brother, now reposts. Evan with the runner, way short. Mobley aggressive, can't get it to go though.
Prior to the injury.
Mobley, too short. Bonton with the rebound.
Great three-point shooter, you know, but when you're playing your rival and they leave you open, you got to make them pay. When he squatted down and watched that one go in there, and I said, oh, yeah, he's feeling it.
We'll stay on this end.
Got the defensive rebound. Amir Wright didn't give up on the play. Great steal and score for him.
Mobley over Sorn.
Man, he made that look easy.
Mobley taking on Sorn right off the glass.
He just makes it look easy, Aaron. I mean,
first half for Sahonis. White lob and the finish above the rim by Evan Mobley.
You can see it as soon as he
across.
It looked like it was there, and I thought it was wide open. I'm not sure why Amir Wright didn't give it to Jamal Bay.
Mobley fades. A little strong. Rebound for Nate.
You can see Basman wanted to shoot that ball. He probably should have shot it because once Evan Mobley gets there, it's too late.
Another one above the rim for Evan Mobley.
He just threw it.
4 of 19 from behind the arc. Barely 20% tonight.
Well, we said SC holds opponents at 31% shooting from three as we see Evan Mobley.
7 to shoot now.
That's great defense by Cole Basman.
Mobley with 2 to shoot, spins, releases, and gets it to go.
A 7-footer putting the ball on the...
You look at it from a defensive perspective for the Huskies, meanwhile. Mobley comes back down to earth, puts it up, and can't finish.
I was surprised.
White gets it across. Anderson lobs it almost to Roberts. Mobley recovers the loose ball in the two-hand finish.
I'll say they competed all game. The guys have played hard. But like you said, the length of SC on the interior, Evan Mobley's ability to just do that right there, just make dunks look like there ain't nothing.
Time to head out west. UCLA, USC with Bill Walton. Here's Dave Pash.
Welcome to Galen Center.
Real, and then you had Harden continue to play well, but then Kyrie just disappeared. I just couldn't understand it. Were you able to follow that?
I was doing the game as Mobley misses.
Isaiah, the older one, he's the vocal one. He's the team captain, and he's very demonstrative and emotional. And right there is Evan
Hard, who suffered a bruised knee injury against Oregon State, but came back in that game. Mick told us the other day, Bernard is as tough as they come. Nice move by Mobley.
Little point guards and just keep them from going anywhere. That's what we're seeing here tonight.
Okay, you made your point. Here's Mobley, has it blocked by Etienne. Mobley.
And the other team has been brilliant. The point guard position, so critically important, has been dominated by the Trojans tonight.
There's Evan Mobley powering it in.
The 3 for Michigan State is no good. Michigan State's lost 4 straight. They're off the glass side of the game. 2 of the top contenders for Pac-12 Player of the Year, freshman and Mobley, who's got it here. The 7-footer can hit from out there in goals. Williams for the 4th straight game. It's been Dolaire's emergence.
Dolaire is now the most improved player in the conference. He's averaging 15 points a game in conference play as Mobley gets the and one off of USC. You got to bring 2 bodies at Dolaire, especially with the Silva off the floor. He's going to be the guy that's taking the lion's share of the shots.
Early in the mid-range now. Rebound
in the paint or pass high-low. Here they are in the ball screen setting. So tough.
Mobley, second try coming. Able to lay it in through contact.
Passing the ball back out to get something else. When they've been able to pull Evan Mobley out towards the perimeter, they've been more successful.
There's Mobley with the dunk off of the feed from Peterson. I mean, it's in
the paint underneath the basket. O'Connell passing up a good shot to get a better one.
Mobley an open look at 3. Leaves it a little bit short. On USC, you're going to be at a disadvantage. The length, athleticism they have. Mobley hops into the lane, fades away, and knocks it down. You touched on it. This is the part of the game where USC has struggled in the losses.
Against UConn and Colorado. There you go. That's the offense that he needed to see one go down. He was 0 for 4 against Arizona State, so just his first made 3 in 2 games.
Evan Mobley going to work, threw it up wildly. Rebound O'Connell. Edie hurried it up before, then stopped. Bounce it off for Mobley. 1-on-2. Left hand drops it in and ties the game.
Recently, while the same group for Andy Enfield consistently for the Trojans is Isaiah White driving the lane. On the offensive glass, the putback. Evan Mobley can't get it to go. And it's loose.
This tempo favors Oregon State because you're not outrunning, so you have to play a half-court game.
Evan Mobley from the baseline. Isaiah.
The story of the game so far. USC has not been able to make 3-pointers or free throws. That's been a challenge for them. It's been an adventure.
Yeah, but when you got 7 feet like Evan.
People have about him is he ever going to be like a #1 type of guy? You know, can you throw the ball to him and say, hey, go generate offense for us? And there misses the right-hand jump. So really just want to get a feel for, like, who is this person and what makes them tick throughout the course of a basketball game?
You know, that's, wow, good finish right there for the big man. That's just natural.
Taj Edey, the leaner. Another offensive rebound, and Evan Mobley. Drop off and the slam for Evan Mobley. That'll take us to halftime as the emphatic 2 points to close out the first half.
Making potential, just hasn't had the most efficient year yet. So, you know, he's still kind of growing into his body, more of a long-term prospect.
Mike, who is his and not be distracted with the NBA lifestyle? How important is that when you're scouting a high-level draft pick, or any draft pick, actually?
Yeah, it's incredibly important.
To take on number 21, Mississippi State, as Don Staley has the Gamecocks undefeated and atop the SEC. South Carolina misses
guys than he is. I think if he can hit that outside shot consistently and continue to improve his conditioning and feel for the game, I say he's an NBA.
Some big guys up front. See if they can get some extra looks and maybe even get to the foul line. It's going to be important to try to play physical.
Evan Mobley in the key. And the rebound, Isaiah Mobley lost it. Picked up by Evan Mobley, and he rams it home.
Well, you can't make a mistake.
One of his college coaches, Trent Johnson, sitting over there on the left of Mark Fox, special assistant to the Cal head coach, as it rattles out for Evan Mobley.
Egypt from the start of the game. That's how valuable Joe Brown has been for the Cal Bears tonight.
He leads Cal with 10. The average is 5 a game as Evan Mobley goes to work.
USC lucky. Ryan Bentley doesn't usually miss those. He was wide open for the three.
A three from Evan Mobley. And stepping out, just his 7th.
Would like to take it back. They just get excited in the game, but you got to play with discipline. It's all about discipline, right?
Spinning the fadeaway. And the rebound, Joel Brown. Push it. Backing up for 3. Short from Evan Mobley and Joel.
Confidence. Playing at a high level.
Spinning is Evan Mobley. That's too good.
And he's asking for the three of the game.
Ethan Anderson rattles out the 3 on the offensive glass. Isaiah Mobley denied. Evan Mobley follows it up.
Well, there's the chance.
Despite the foul on the floor being against Isaiah Mobley. Here's Evan Mobley muscling up against Kelly, who's playing with 4 fouls because the technical.
He's an experienced post player.
Here they are trying to go at him. And Evan Mobley with the left hand. And they're
delivering for
he
his
was
team.
0 for 8 from the floor and 0 for 4 from 3 prior to that shot. The spin by Mobley and a flop has been called against Matt Braddock. Down to 5. Agbonkpolo from the corner. And Evan Mobley, the offensive rebound. The putback and a career high. 23 for.
His name is LeBron.
Here's
even
Thompson
though they lost last night. Okay, so USC, they got the best defense in the conference.
Freshman like Evan Mobley, out of bounds, going to stay with SC. But also have a talented sophomore in Isaiah Mobley. I want to go back to what you said about him, Bill, because you were talking to Coach Henry. There's a foul inside as they came to double Mobley on the dump down pass. Oregon State off to an 0-5 start from the floor in this game. Scoreless through almost 3 minutes of play.
Historical epicenter of everything good.
Meanwhile, while you're yapping, Mobley in the paint,
defense.
And it won't fall, but there's his brother Evan with the follow dunk. The Trojans scored 8 points in the first 3 minutes. They have 10 points since.
The way that Oregon State doubles down, you hit the guy with your shoulder in the guy's sternum. That's an offensive foul.
I'm so glad I'm not next to you because you tried that on me.
Foul.
To getting the offensive rebound. Inside 6 minutes to go. SC trying to win a 7th straight game. And an Oregon State foul. That's the 17th foul on the Beavers. So it'll be a 1.
Data plan starting at $14 a gig. Call 877-958-7146.
From coast to coast, from the Great Lakes to the Gulf. It's
2 of the best defensive teams in America. Statistically, when you look at the percentages, as Bonton saves it, but right to Evan Mobley for the slam.
Mistake by Bonton.
Yesterday, he's not 100%. He's still fighting his way back and trying to get back to where he was before the injury.
I can't wait to see 100%, so we need to. I like Peterson, man. He's one of those guys that's just a good basketball player. Doesn't do anything great, but does a lot of things good.
Box out and Tony Miller, the Noah Bauman in the game. Transfer from San Jose State. Terrific three-point shooter as Evan Mobley in the lane.
Stepping up to the challenge of dealing with the Mobley brothers.
One more time, Evan Mobley.
Nothing you can do about it.
He had to have said something.
Unfortunate.
And now the baseball pass as the Cougs were looking to press and won. A disastrous sequence. The left hand, Evan Mobley.
Come on, man. That guy. Conference play, we showed you that earlier.
Really playing well.
Evan Mobley on the floor with his 4 fouls, goes to work, it spins out. Evan Mobley on a nice lead from Drew Peterson.
I think Drew possession.
That's a senior that's played a lot of basketball.
And may have closed this game out with that one play.
Evan Mobley. And there's Isaiah on the offensive.
Is a tough jump shot. Edey takes it away. Tapped by Green. Mobley to Mobley. Look out. The next miss for the Trojans. But points, rebounds, assists. Deep touch from Mobley. Right shoulder and a free throw coming. I mean, the
games against ASU and U of A postponed.
I'll tell you what, this FC UCLA game's one of those, because if I'm not doing it, I'm watching it for sure. Mobley with another easy deuce.
On ESPN. And then the regular season finale, March 6th on CBS.
Oh, okay. Should have shot it, and Edey.
Isaiah with the short clock. Evan against 2 Huskies. Rebound Whites. Bauman extending his range. Oh, Evan with ill intentions. That asked him to be versatile, play a ton of roles throughout his tenure, has embraced it all, locked in on defense. Evan takes it to him.
It's a joke. Evan Mobley could shoot more threes. I guess that's one thing you could say, but I think within the framework of the USC offense, they don't need him to. And obviously get strong, deep enough into the game.
Did I just see that correctly? Evan Mobley switching his screen and taking on a point guard at the top of the circle and getting the takeaway?
May have to put him on that list.
Jaime Jaquez or someone, as both Mobleys get field goals down the stretch here, probably to...
They can both do everything from anywhere on the court. And they pass beautifully. Look at Isaiah Mobley on the offensive glass.
No, Ethan Anderson, who left the BYU game back in early December with a back injury, yet to return, though he is practicing. Here's Evan extending his range, off back iron.
Andy ends some birthdays here. We've got Dominique Wilkins, who was born 61 years ago in Paris. Throw it down one time. You've got Jeff Bezos.
They've shot 37% or below in both of them, and they've been out-rebounded in both. Tonight they're at 33% from the floor as Evan misses again, and they're even on the glass. 4-second differential.
Evan, go for it. Beautiful.
Just 1 of 5 from the floor.
Down.
Rinses it
Oh
with 2
my
hands.
gosh. And we got to meet him. And he played against all of our children, and it was a battle all the way to the end. What a remarkable and amazing connection. Shot, they're a great offensive rebounding team. Protect the paint. We'll give up the 3. Move the ball offensively. Make USC play defense. He ran into the picket fence out there and just wisely kicked it out to a wide open guy at the 3-point line. That's beautiful right there.
Mobley extends the lead back to 3 for you.
Locks in a game for the Trojans. Beautiful. The footwork, the back. This guy is so good. Great defense.
Flavor.
Great defense by Pickett.
Mobley, no. Evan, yes. With a left-handed jam.
And start the game like, hey, man, we're going to run up. We're going for 100 tonight.
Here's Evan Mobley.
Beautiful.
Screen and roll. And the finish from Taj Edey.
Wow.
You know, ASU, these shots, they're working hard in the half-court set for even any opportunity to look at the basket.
There you go. That's the Mobley.
Easier offense for each other.
And the magical corner 3, which is the one that has become kind of the go-to 3. And there's an and 1 for Evan. Woods is going to take a 90-footer and hit it. Why not?
Why not? He has been the catalyst on defense, on offense. The bleeding is by taking care of the ball.
Well, that's a nice pass out. Isaiah Mobley got the double, but he found Peterson.
Advantage. Get the Mobley brothers involved.
That Mobley got a piece of a foul line jumper.
There it is.
And then finishes. How about that, Ross? Guy blocks a foul Thursday.
They were never down by 18, but this is what they did. They just hung, and never got knocked out. Inside the flush for Evan Mobley. And eventually it will go to him. There it is. He's going double team. Tough turnaround. Nice follow.
Nice.
Well,
best spot on the floor is to look for his offense. Well, I think elbow and block for him if he gets it in the middle of the floor. But he needs to play lower. Like every time he posts up. Jump hook with the right hand, and he drops it in as the lead grows for Arizona. And Andy Enfield wants a timeout. 9-point lead in the early game.
Allowed him to go to the right once he caught it. Faces up, and then he drove right. But you know he's going to spin back, so you can't over pursue there. It's a difficult thing to guard. He's long, athletic, plays the wing.
Boy, Evan Mobley shakes his defender. Left it
really bothered him. And then Isaiah White is taking Baker. And that size, length, and athleticism, I think, has really been a difficult thing for those two to have to eye. And that was really smart by Jordan Brown to do that.
Peterson two-man game with Mobley. Mobley elevates and scores. USC and Arizona in Tucson.
See, look where Mobley caught it there. Like he could have caught it right under the basket, but he settled, wind up, and
he's quietly got 7 rebounds and 5 assists in this game.
And his defense on Akinjo has been really good.
Stronger move there.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical
Up his 4th foul. Goodwin just fouled out of the game. So Goodwin done. Isaiah Mobley with 4. So yes, USC has momentum. Yes.
Shot goes up. The first thing you have to do is know where Evan Mobley is and put a body on him. Sets the ball screen. Tubelis just turns to jump. You take the crowd out of it, Dan.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
A little pandemic humor.
Visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
USC leading Arizona.
Since Tad Boyle took over 11 years ago, he's originally from Overland Park, Kansas.
Isn't that where the NCAA used to be? Beautiful fadeaway. Mayor of Boulder's most popular guy in the entire campus. Everybody loves him, and he's a fantastic human being and basketball player. Playing better than he's ever played.
Mobley
shooting John Lennon. Agbankpalo, here we go. Beautiful pass.
And Evan Mobley with the basket.
The first player to ever have a serious, major, successfully comeback after torn Achilles tendon. And so sure looks fantastic to me.
4 on 3 if they hurry.
Beautiful
pass inside. Goodwin. Wouldn't fall. And you got 2 USC players.
If rocking in the free world. Oh my goodness. We have been rocking ever since. Beautiful pass. Throw it down, Evan. Strength and conditioning room with Englehart, who's the strength and conditioning coach. They play ping pong a ton. And
here's Mobley facing up, short on the jumper, and rebound. Somebody's got to do analysis here.
He's been 4-time player of the week in the Conference of Champions.
And you're just howling at the moon over there as Mobley misses inside.
From the state of Colorado that have had a huge impact. Chauncey Billups, Pat Garrity, Josh Scott, Scott Redmond.
The second time he's won the award, the 4th of his career. That's the most ever for a Colorado Buffalo. They go to Mobley outside, no on the 3. We'll give Colorado some credit for good defense tonight.
I'm giving them all the credit. You know, they have completely taken the Trojans out of their game. They have they just did not play well enough. They did not play hard enough. They did not play with enough skill, with enough passion. And
there's Mobley with a putback. So who are
he called back and said, "Yeah, I'm interested. What do you got to say?" So Ted jumped on a plane from Mexico, flew to Minneapolis, where McKinley was living at the time, and the rest is history. And you're talking about a guy.
5th year now at Santa Clara after his run at ASU.
8th year for Andy Enfield. Beautiful pursuit of the ball. Evan Mobley.
Oh, but he The mental health strain on these two young players struck an Australian not knowing if they can come after the school made a commitment to them and the country made a commitment.
Throw it down, Evan Mobley. But your best players on the road have to come out with a great start. Beautiful drive.
Nice drive and reversed by Mobley. That's the stuff that
was not a dry eye in the house. It was absolutely over the top.
There's Mobley in for the finish and one.
Did you see Drake London play for USC in the UCLA game?
Yeah, that's.
Oh my gosh! Look at that play. Come on.
Well, we should touch on that. Well, and just think about that, Bill. In 1955, how many in this? San Francisco wins the national title, starting 3 black players in 1955.
Used to have their training facility.
I'm going to give Jeff some love here after this coming timeout.
We got a timeout coming. How do you know?
Evan Mobley.
That's why he's earned this starting spot here.
And there's Max. Yeah, he gets the start in this game. And Evan Mobley trying to show his range.
I love the pace of
the thing, and he talked about that on the Zoom with us today about his mentor. He's an assistant with Mike at Stanford. Nice play off the inbounds and set up to.
Irvine, if they're going to have a chance to win here, they've got to be able to control the defensive boards because the Trojans are so gifted athletically and so skilled. Evan Mobley
able to play for the Trojans. They will not have Ethan Anderson again tonight.
And that's a huge loss for the Trojans. But right now it hasn't seemed to affect them. Again, he likes to mix it up. What ball movement.
And Evan Mobley finally is the guy to finish.
America football player, academic All-American, went on to play for the Dallas Cowboys, and he could not have been better as a big brother. It was just fantastic.
Evan, he said, excellent passer. And that's the stuff that gets overlooked when a guy has those kind of, this kind of buildup.
Well,
look at that, has that kind of range.
What I like about Ute Shoshone tribe, this is such a magnificent, spectacular area, generally referred to as Mother Nature's greatest sports arena. They've got it all in the biological sciences there, which Joe Lacob was really interested in.
Whoa, nice play.
One time.
Boy, they've had some really nice.
Comfort to champions.
And she is. That's what it is. She is the greatest champion in this conference's history in women's basketball.
So keep it on the side when there's one defender and make that defender make a decision. Beautiful.
Oh, Evan Mobley crashing.
Man.
I just replaced eventually by the WNBA. But Joe Lacob owned a franchise. Jennifer Azzi, the great Stanford legend, played for his team in San Jose.
Peterson feed inside. Isaiah Mobley gives out to younger brother Evan. Jump stop, turns, flips it up and in. It's just really smooth, isn't it? USC basketball, they're up by 3. Mobley puts it on the floor, hangs and hits. Wow. Tyrese Martin, the URI transfer with that bucket. Mobley, that's a 3. Short.
And Edey's been good. Last game I was really impressed with Edey, but Mobley makes good decisions. And you know, you ask guys, look, make a good read, you're going to get a good shot.
Tyler Polley picking up number 4. Tip. Loose ball. Cole comes away with it.
How about that?
One of the smallest guys on the court. And the Gators are going up against Boston College. Only the 3rd time all-time that schools have met. Jay Heath back. That foot injury that caused 3-point play. And Bouknight now with 18. Started his
reason why he doesn't have the ball in his hands. But when a shot goes up, and look, 3-point game, you need the rebound if you're USC.
Inside.
Well, the very first play of the game, they tried to get to him twice. And part of that is you want to get him involved. The other part is you want to get him going after that guy, Evan Mobley. Try to get the
rebound, and now Peterson going to work. Gets into the paint, kick out, Mobley, 3-pointer. And now fringe type teams in terms of the power conferences, sometimes getting big recruits and sometimes not, and still succeeding?
Well, I think it's more of a pro is the best, but I'd say Big Ten 3 years ago was pretty bad. 4 teams in the NCAA tournament. Last year, terrific. This year, great. But just different. I think that's the sometimes it's.
Another shot wouldn't go. Mobley, the rebound of the stuff.
Just gets that.
Averett not able to hit, and USC continues to do a good job defensively. Mobley spins, flips it up and in. That's pretty nice for a kid after 1 year, the 6th overall pick to the Hawks.
Which was a bit of a surprise to a lot of people.
Mobley gets that one off the glass. Number 4, Ohio State in East Lansing to take on Michigan State. And they're coming off a big upset win over previously unbeaten Northwestern. Mobley here, jumper off the window a little bit strong. Isaiah Mobley had it for a moment.
And just try to score. But to do a lot of those intangible things well, that's impressive.
Is there anything, could you do a Chris Bosh comp?
Expect this. Come up with all sorts of reasons. I think first you just got to give USC credit. Defensively, they did the job early.
Rebound by
2 empty opportunities for Montana as Bannon missed on the weak side. Goodwin to a cutting Mobley. There's his first field goal. This against a team that was picked 2nd behind Eastern Washington in both the coaches and media poll in the Big Sky.
Nice.
Tough to defend that.
Okongwu. If there was a ball, if he went up and came back down, he was up again. There you go.
Right on cue from Ethan Anderson.
But coached on how to play out of that double team.
Edey now with 5. Gets it over to Evan. Has not missed so far tonight. A contested baseline 2. Grazes iron.
Against Gott.
A bit more size and length than you're used to seeing a Pac-12 opponent take on opening night. Mobley gets it to drop. His first bucket as a rebound tracked down by Peterson. Mobley. Bottom. And compared to...
I tell you what, CBU is ready to catch and light it, man. Those guys are spaced and they get it. They're letting it fly.
Peterson and a one-hand slam from Evan Mobley.
In an explosive backcourt scoring-wise as you're going to see in the country. But again, it's early. So it's really survived and advanced out to the three-point line better and rotating better to shooters at the three-point line.
And a play through Evan Mobley here. Couldn't finish right shoulder.
SC will go into the defense. You can create space and knock down 15-footers.
All but 6 shots for CBU have come from three-point range. It's a rebounding foul.
Pepperdine's supposed to be really good this year. So other guys are going to have to step up for UCLA.
3 minutes without a bucket until that falls for Evan Mobley.
They're going to have to go in at halftime and figure out how they can close to these shooters at the line.
Val's got 1 out of every 3 CBU points. Mobley continues to lead SC. Asked Ethan about his second-year teammate Isaiah Mobley. He said his playing skills. Oh! And catch radius up top from Evan.
Bring it up, but since we're on the topic, one area of concern last year for USC was the free throw shooting.
Mobley punches 2 more.
But like Pauley Pavilion, McHale Center, those are going to be harder to shoot in without fans.
We're talking about depth perception?
Depth perception and sight line. And Val, I mean, they have unlimited range.
Bauman can't answer. Evan on the glass. 15 to lead the way.
Possibly. Much more importantly is momentum. You know, forget the actual spread of the score. Bauman.
And Bauman hits it.
He runs back down court and says, I got that guy. And that's just fantastic. His dad, an NBA champion.
Peterson for 3. He's got the hot hand.
You can't back into the championship, and that's what's on the line right now. It's not about being conservative.
Edey, good for 3.
They lost at OSU in the game we did. home to U of A, and at Utah we did that one too. Beautiful pass.
Now Mobley held the ball.
And then Oregon State just kept hanging on. Can somebody get a rebound?
Evan Mobley does.
Oh Peterson. My gosh.
Oh. So Evan Mobley's offense.
You know, if Bernard could continue to shoot the basketball like he did the other night, you touched on his 23, but 10 of 16 from the floor.
Boy, good start, Isaiah. Defense and toughness. And you're seeing it here down the stretch. Evan Mobley, boy, got himself into trouble. Peterson, huge three for the Trojans.
They have gotten it done this year. Good win. Sounded like Tate's got a piece. Evan Mobley going to work, hounded. Still able to get a shot off with a long rebound right back to him. Peterson lines it up and connects.
Ethan Anderson visiting Oregon State, deciding to go UNLV and now ending up at USC.
Recruiting. There's a three ball from Taj Edey.
It's a 13-point Utah lead.
Rhythm, confidence, pace, momentum, all in favor of the running Utes, and so tough to get.
11 second-half points. He's outscoring USC by himself here in the second half.
But the way you sound like that's never been done before. Please.
84+ points this year. USC 18-1. The only loss was Saturday to Arizona. Mobley on the kick out. Edey again. Is he feeling it? Yes, he is. 33% from the floor. On the other side, USC at 67%. Give and go. Peterson inside. Nifty finish with a left.
On 0 for 9.
And he had some good shots, and it just didn't go in. Now, we've been spoiled by having a great pass inside. You see the offense being run at the top by who right there to Koloko going to the rim. Those are plays outside of your half-court offense that you need to have be successful if they will.
Taj Edey dream team and have a chance to go to 18-3 with a win overall for the first time since 1973-74. Double team, Evan Mobley. Shot clock winding down. Isaiah forced to launch a three, and Isaiah.
The ACC, I'm heartbreaking my boys went to the Big Ten, but great basketball back east.
Lead USC. The Trojans, 15 of 22 from the field. The offensive rebound, Evan Mobley. The double clutch three from Taj Edey.
But every facet of his game can get better. His body can get stronger, get more explosive. Look at that, brother to brother. Oh!
And one for Isaiah.
Right now, these possessions have been a little loose.
Brother to brother one more time. Evan Mobley.
Enthusiasm, that's exuberance.
20 or more in 4 consecutive games now. Three from the corner, stroke from Drew.
Well, they played okay on offense, but they've got to play a little bit better defensively, eliminate the easy buckets that the Trojans have gotten, and there's the one to start the confident as the season goes along, knocks down the three ball.
And Stevenson double figures 7 of his last 8 games. Once again, Mobley rather the one-hand flush and an early fourth.
A nice move, just couldn't get it to go.
Mobley gives it up to his brother with the one-hand tomahawk.
Oh, and Isaiah Mobley wanted that.
Has had a nice showing against USC thus far.
I thought they got off to a good start early, Aaron. And like you said, they haven't given up a lot of points. As Taj Edey, not
Ponytail. And I like Max.
I understand Coach Wood was not a big fan of that as Anderson hits another three.
Okay.
1-point leaders, Mobley in the paint, fires underneath to his brother Isaiah. And Isaiah, who's...
Because they believe in their coach. Their coach has made them believe in themselves. What a brilliant hire to bring in Mick Cronin.
Anderson wide open. UCLA.
Stanford is needed him most. Down 3 starters. 4th consecutive game. No Davis, no Wills, no Williams. Out of the corner, Peterson buries a 3.
Squads meeting for the second time in 3 games. Off the inbound, Drew Peterson clangs the 3. Taj Edey the offensive rebound and put back. The grad transfer pull-up 3. Taj Edey in transition.
A career 1,000-point score. 5th-year senior now. What he gives.
Led by as many as 5 in the first half. And Ethan Anderson gets the roll, and USC has their largest lead. Considering they were -3 starters in that game against UCLA in the first conference loss for the Bruins, as Drew Peterson ends an 8-0 California run.
So see if they don't settle, but they go inside and try to get to the rim.
Evan Mobley underneath. Taj Edey from the corner buries a three, and we are tied.
Done a good job on Mobley. They've done a very effective job on Peterson.
Over the top, and one, Isaiah Mobley.
Well, when one Mobley's hurt jump shot, that's a very good-looking shot. That's the right play.
Taj Edey, three. Big shot from Edey.
Okay. How many guys on this list above Andy Enfield have you heard of? Or have done
Aaron Raivio from Gonzaga. From Gonzaga. That's the one I remember doing play. But you're right. He's a terrific young man. Yep.
Yeah. But you know, you got a roster of all guys who can play.
So Thompson at the line.
Pac-12 team, so let's see if they can still be as sound defensively as they were.
And Washington State minus a couple of key rotation players in the game tonight as that ball dens off the heel of the...
That's what's great about our league this year, Rocks, is there's a group of 4 that are really good at the top.
Racing up the floor, Drew Peterson lays it in.
And a couple behind. There it is.
Count it, +1, Isaiah Mobley. But Abigidi is one of the guys that's a big guy, even as a freshman, that's a really good foul shooter. He's over 80%.
And a good three-point shooter, too.
Taj Edey picks up where he left off. Jazz Kuntz for the Cougars. Isaiah White, who got off to a good start, that was quiet for the...
He's going to stay with it, though, Hop. He's a good coach, and they need to figure it out. And you just hope a nice pass from Mobley to Mobley. But just...
Evan rips it away. Right back to him at the free throw line. Looks opposite Peterson. Yes.
Oh, good. Defense is set.
His second make from behind the arc. First dog to double figures. Mobley goes right shoulder, no, left shoulder, beg your pardon, and finishes with the right.
Looks like
Mobley put a Highlander in the rim.
Synchro destiny.
Two-time dunk champion. Celebrating a 61st today.
Highway 61. Greatest events in history.
Edey to Mobley.
Great defensive rotation by the Highlanders. There's... So,
get each other open.
We'll find this out. Mikey Buxton's still on the floor. If that technical foul was on him, that should be a personal foul. Would be his fourth, but it's 2 minutes. Arizona State decisively won the last 2 minutes of the first half.
That's a nice play.
And there is what USC.
Shoulders, it was going to be called flagrant. That's obviously changed, and you don't see that as much. So there hasn't seemed to have been as much of a pattern. You know, sometimes you'll look at that.
And look at he almost stole that one.
Yeah,
that was close.
That was a little careless by Evan Mobley, and Plummer almost picked him. And then White knocks down a three about this first half.
Well, they're doubling Mobley.
Yeah.
You see Yontanen coming over and Timmy Allen. So they're putting two
there you
people
go.
around him.
And that's
a good one again.
And they're following all the protocols. Are up high above the court at Galen Center. All the safety procedures are in place. And there's Noah Bauman. One of Person flies.
great defense by Colin Velt and Brad Green. But the Trojans are just too
Mobley shows the court.
When your teammates are playing great and you pick it up yourself, great ball fake. What a pass.
Nice dump down. Wow.
This is a clinic.
He tried to say, and Evan Mobley jump it up, and USC control. So away we go. Good look inside. Peterson immediately with the two-hit.
You don't have a lot of those cupcake 40-point blowouts. It's just good. You're thrown in the deep end.
Boston College is playing one.
The Mobley brothers. Interesting to see that because they didn't switch. You know, you would think 4 to 5, like the like, you might switch that, but clearly. You know, you play-by-play guys are really good at impersonating.
It's a good one.
Because he raised his hand.
That's nice. Mobley, nice move inside.
2.5-minute scoring drought.
Well, with a different lineup out there.
There it is.
Evan to White. So much attention on Mobley.
Rattles out. And Evan goes to get a contested rebound.
Look at him just glide down the court.
Lobs it for Polo.
How about that, man? You attack the zone, get it to the free throw line, get it from one side to the other, get that zone side to the other, get that zone shifting, and then attack. There you go.
Brother to brother for two.
Love it. Love the pass. Isaiah Mobley on the early post, Evan on the trail. Now you have an immediate high-low action.
Younger brother to big brother, and a free throw to follow.
But Batty is very physical, continues to push him outside the lane. Mobley trying to go baseline and throws it away. Good defense again by Colorado. Daniels in trick comp.
Kevin Durant and Ice Gervin.
Why Durant? Just because of
the way they
length?
look, the way they move.
Right, but Durant's an elite three-point shooter.
Wants to end up. You don't want to start standing there.
Here it is. Throw to Evan Mobley.
There's
turns, fires to Edie. It's broken up by McKinley Wright.
And the Buffaloes
moves on to the championship.
This is the quarterfinals of the Conference Champions Tournament. Offensive foul.
That's interesting, Bill, too.
That's 13 rebounds the last time these two teams met, so he was a factor even though USC had their way with them.
Here is Evan Mobley. That'll be a traveling violation. Here's Evan Mobley on the box. Quick double team. Kicks out far corner. Bad pass. Peterson had the save, but it's taken by Campbell. Shoot. Great defense here by Stanford. Mobley with the shot fake. Driving baseline. And another offensive foul. Now you last week, but obviously with their back-to-back losses, they've dropped out. Still in a good spot, obviously, for the tournament. As Mobley loses the handle, and Stanford with numbers back the other way. 4 from the field tonight. That's good for 21%. If my math folks out there. Turnover there. USC had made
on the app, and if you would watch the Daily Wager instead of just play on the Daily Wager, you would understand that the ESPN app is the world's number, because you're the tough guy. But what Andy Enfield has done here, 5 of the last 6 years, this USC team has won more than 20 games. They've only done a steal.
He's got this guy, McKinley Wright. He was ready to tear up when we talked about him in his final home games that he'll be playing this weekend.
Tad did not want to think about that at all. Off of Deshaun Schwartz, and it's a Trojans basketball.
Rocks, what happens? You have to get adjusted to the altitude. There's one-on-one coverage, but right there, when he raises up,
Buffalo.
Both teams' defenses have arrived. So now we've got a defensive party. If either team scores, right there, see that deflection? Both teams' defenses have arrived.
In the country.
Yeah, and it's one thing to beat big, it's another thing to play big, and they play big as well with blocking shots and points in the paint.
Loose ball, diving.
Utah Valley, but you look at Taj Edie from Santa Clara. You look at Drew Peterson from Rice. You could look at Chavez Goodwin from Wofford. Both sides. Watch Peterson like a soccer player there, centering the ball. White just not able to hold on to it. But that's an example.
0 of 2 on that trip. Here's Evan Mobley, yet to attempt a shot in this game. And he turns it over here into the hands of Mathurin. Just a coincidence that he winds up at Arizona. Didn't even know the connection until he got there, although he's wearing 25, as Steve Kerr wore.
Well, you know, and as Steve Kerr, in the first 5 minutes of that game, I mean, they were up 12-4 on UCLA. So there's no question that they can play and see excellent defense.
Was the leading scorer on Lithuania's junior national team, one of the top international college recruits. And a USC turnover.
That was a beautiful play. I would show that at halftime, because the leading scorer that could get his numbers passed up and made an unselfish. One dribble rise straight up.
Evan Mobley lost the handle.
Well, that I give him an A-. He's got a long way to go as a freshman. He'll get there in terms of position and staying out of foul trouble. But people have to understand, this is his first year.
And now another steal. Cougs on a 6-0 run. Noah Williams to Bonton, who had it stripped from behind by Evan Mobley. Edie's been quiet for a while. There's Peterson in the corner for 3. Can't get it. Mobley with another rebound, but off of Mobley.
Just recently beating Number 21, UCLA, vaulting into the top 25 for the first time in years. Quade Green, and another jump ball. Mobley taking on Roberts. Gets it stripped and a travel.
That's good help defense. Boy, go.
Anderson, 7 to shoot. Mobley had a steam fouled. Offensive foul they'll call.
That's a good job on.
Peterson the lob. Back to Peterson. They're calling a 3-second violation.
Here tonight.
Okay, you made your point. Here's Mobley, has it blocked by Etienne. Mobley gets it. He's been blocked by Etienne twice. So if you got Mac Etienne playing his first.
Here's Mobley. Good hands by the freshman Noah Tates to get the steal. Tates coming off his best.
How are they going to fill that gap with a lot of young players on the floor?
Two of the best in the league.
Perimeter defenders.
Another foul or
certainly, but also to Evan and Isaiah Mobley, who are just so unselfish. They make everything work. Another excellent double team by Stanford. That one's awesome.
But he makes everyone around him better. And if you go watch him in pregame, I mean, his energy, his tenacity is already NBA level. So I'm not sure he's going to hear his name called. But and then at Arizona, they have some long-term guys as well. You know, Ben Mathurin is someone who's really introduced himself to NBA scouts this year. Canada by way of.
Smile Direct Club. New year, new choices. Choose Smile. New year, new Smile. The cost up to 60% less.
Bradley, and he throws it away. And there's an example, I think, Ben, of his timing being off from just having been out of the lineup for so long.
Well, you know, you give him credit. He's trying to make something happen for you. Guys really playing hard.
Bradley is 6'4", 220. Stumbling, but keeping his dribble. And now travel called against Evan Mobley, and Andy Enfield thought Mobley was pushed.
When you watch NBA basketball, every one of those guys can knock down every single wide open shot. And at the collegiate level, they can't do that. And these guys are going to be wide open because they're going to. Gonzaga is just an incredible offensive team. But you know what's going to happen when they play Baylor, or if they play Baylor, they're going to have to be able to break free from the.
Highlights and more. Our State Farm halftime report from our Pac-12 Network studios. And a travel whistled against Evan Mobley.
Mobley was thinking.
But an 8-0 run for the Cougs. Evan Mobley lost it. Here comes Washington State. Noah Williams breaks out.
Washington zone. That's where most teams go, to that free throw line area. Mobley's so talented. Can he score from there? Immediate 3-second call. Would you like to see them?
About a dear Trojan who we just lost this week, Bob Culp, 91 years old. He was on the basketball team here in honor of Mike Magpayo.
Trying to take it away from Evan Mobley here. The arrow favors the Highlanders, and so is trying to find a way, despite shooting 36% from the floor and just 3 of 19 from behind the arc. Cheatham.
Great defense. Cheatham is everywhere. Player of the game. So
a lot of times freshmen are going 1,000 miles per hour and charging into the defense.
Look at the white jerseys. That was a screen and roll, and as soon as Mobley had the ball coming his way, how many white jerseys were?
And so there's going to be lots of opportunities for him to play make with all that attention.
Well, this is the thing. Well, let's see, not charge there. So that's the part of Evan Mobley's game we saw. Good play at Portland State.
So instead of shooting it, you kick it out, and if you're not making the three, it can be a long time. Now that should Mobley, go the other way.
Yeah, Mobley is going to get a charge here too, but let's watch. All right, Mobley there's the double. And the pass there off of White. In transition. Back comes Peterson. And Mobley, they're going to call a little shuffle to start there.
It's a good call.
In the Conference of Champions, and the second best point differential per game, but that belongs to USC, who only has one loss this year. That was to UConn in a game where they couldn't now in the NBA with the Dallas Mavericks, and then Lucas Seward, who's back in his home country of Brazil playing professional basketball. Traveling violation. I love the way Evan Mobley attacks the brother who's on this Buffalo team, Tristan, just a freshman, deep reserve in the front line right now.
Turnover by USC again. Good defense.
With a movable lead foot, excuse me. Go to work here, Evan.
Evan Mobley on the baseline.
Great
he was
defense.
the number 3 overall high school.
For Tad Boyle at the point guard position, with McKinley Wright being a senior. I'm shocked that Evan Batty is still just a junior.
They just run at ASU.
8th year for Andy Enfield. Beautiful pursuit of the ball, Evan Mobley.
Oh, but he got down there, down on the floor, and digging it out was go. Trying back for Jaden Williams, broke it up. Noah Bauman run. Look at Frankic run the floor. That's impressive.
The best I've ever seen Joseph Frank. Lived in Garden Grove, went to Catella High School in Anaheim, and then went to UCI and became the first person in his family to ever graduate from college.
Let's say quietly. I think it's one of those things where we haven't really seen them enough in prime time. Let's just be honest. I mean, they're on the West Coast, and that was something we discussed with. Pretty sure this was supposed to go off glass for Martin. That is not an easy shot. I mean, Mobley's right there. It's almost like it's an open look for Barcelo, best shooter on the floor.
Mobley gets inside, offensive foul, says Terry Weimer.
Against Arizona. Evan Mobley goes to work off the end line inbound, lost his footing in traffic.
Whenever 6-point game. Evan Mobley facing up, going to work off the jump stop. He traveled. Turnover number 8 for USC.
Doc's athletic and gets to that rim pretty fast. And you wonder if maybe CBU goes the opposite as Evan Mobley clears out offensive. If you're a big team and teams might maybe start putting you on the line, they're not going to let the Mobleys just go crazy in there. So they'll foul them and make them make free throws.
If there's 3 teams better than them in the WAC, I'll be impressed.
Yeah, right? But you wonder, does CBU shoot it like this every night? Kind of looks like they might. Remember, the clock only resets to 20, but plenty of time to have a good possession.
Even attack. Offensive foul, Evan Mobley. Offensive foul, Evan Mobley. Colorado looking to push tempo. Here's Schwartz. He averages 9 points per game. He's already got 6. Walton has it blocked inside. Goes, but you're here. At least sort of. McKinley Wright around and out, but there's Batty. Rejected by Mobley. What did you shoot at the line?
A 2 for 5.
So your percentage from the field was better than it was from the line. So
we won by 20. We won by 20.
You shouldn't be so surprised. Mobley with the rejection.
Okay.
Schwartz uncovered, misses the shot. Batty with the offensive rebound. Tries to power it back up, and Mobley got his 4th block.
He is nowhere near Taj Edey on those high switches.
Here's Schwartz. Horn for 3. And how about Mobley is...
Drew Peterson giving the ball to Evan Mobley when he's wide open in the post with one guy guarding him. Oh, my goodness. He'll send it back.
There it is.
Send it back. Grab it. Start a fast
pass. That's what you were thinking, attack to score first?
Absolutely.
And then pass second. All right.
You can always pass the ball.
Well, Taj Edey is now on Martinez as Plummer drives it, and Ethan Anderson.
Beautiful. Oh, my gosh. Come on, Brandon.
Look at that rebound. Carlson and Evan Mobley.
Ball movement. Peterson, a junior, transfer from Rice out of Libertyville, Illinois. Campbell. Chavez Goodwin is summoned as Mobley sits. Now he takes his turn on Riley.
Wow, there's the help.
Evan Mobley with the swat. 13 season under Ben Howland. And for USC, they haven't won one. Have to go all the way back to 84-85. Look at Evan Mobley.
Have a case. Well, that road record might play a bit against them.
You're 0-10 the road. If you're 0-10 the road and there's no fans.
Asunas backing down Isaiah Mobley. Goes reverse, had it blocked.
Is there any part of any of me that's real?
Held together by bolts and wires. 7-point.
Beautiful give and go.
Good move inside.
Defensive class as well. I think those are areas teams want to see him in.
Where have you seen his biggest improvement this?
Points in the last 5 games, and sometimes you kind of gain your rhythm. You know that point of you feel comfortable, and Edey is at that point now.
That is a freshman of the year in 2019. Inside they go, 2-2 Bellis. Used the glass, couldn't get it. Second.
Your mantra. It makes it a lot easier for the transition to happen where they can blend their talents into what the coaching staff is preaching regarding offense can stretch the floor. So it's like pick your poison with post players now who are not just regulated to playing bully ball inside.
Yeah. Arizona State has not had but only one shot blocked, and that's a good thing.
Monty Lawrence, there's block.
But he releases it like Kevin Durant.
Monty Lawrence, the offensive rebound, and swatted and ripped out of the air, wins the final in the Aussie Open.
Yeah, and we're seeing right now the heavyweights of the Pac-12.
Williams spins in but has it blocked with the two. And now another steal. Cougs on a 6-0 run. Noah Williams to Bonton, who had it stripped from behind.
By a basket. Wide open looks. They're not able to knock him down. This is their home gym. They got to heat up eventually.
Isaac Bonton. Wrap into Markovetsky, who had it blocked from Mobley by behind.
Because there's nothing that you can take away from him.
Williams had it blocked by Mobley.
Jump hook, he's got a little bit of a mismatch. He can take that all the way to the rim.
Cougs air ball. Jackson with the rebound.
15 against Cal. Amir right, and he gets blocked right away by Evan Mobley. Some teams met, which when you consider how much of a blowout it was, a little surprising, especially in context of what Sahonis has done recently. And Stevenson trying to strong. Rebound for Nate Roberts, sight for sore eyes.
There you go. That's his job right there.
Another block for
back injury, lower back injury kept him out. His conditioning has been a problem for him. Little tiny guy, the leader of the team, one of two captains for the Trojans. Shooting 42 basketball. And what I love about Ethan Anderson, because he looked at this game tonight and he said, hey man, everybody's talking about Tiger Campbell being the best little guy in the game. Of your life in this 19-point game right here. Have you heard from the powers that be, you know, we could never do that. It'll never work.
19 points. Also, Edey's got 14. Boy, Taj Edey's been big. It's just, again, an interesting mix. You've got the Mobley brothers who are, you know, big-time recruits. Then you got
O'Connell was wide open for a moment. De Silva couldn't find him in time. Tates flies by. Has his shot blocked by Mobley.
Shot clock rolling down on the Beavers. Zach Reichel sets the feed, has his shot blocked.
They're roommates. The Mobley brothers are roommates. You see the family dynamic. There's been success at Oregon State with the hadn't strained anything, just going to get it offensively with the rebounds. Doesn't just hunt his shots. He's a great teammate.
For the lead. And Grant Anticevich the offensive rebound. And swatted by Evan Mobley.
You might want to think about keeping him off the offensive glass. An effortless jumper, incredibly long. Dallas Walton to the hoop, head-to-head here against Evan Mobley. Let's go.
Bartholomew with a couple of threes off the bench. He only averages 3 points per game. Walker misses. Peter
stand back and look at him and say, we're here to play. How about you guys? Let's go.
Can't do that anymore. Horn for three.
He is nowhere near Taj Edey on those high switches.
Here's Schwartz. Horn for three. And how about Mobley? Is
ton of games. And then they went to the Mountain States. They lost both of those games convincingly. Utah was clearly the better team. Utah was brilliant last night on offense.
Grew up about an hour drive down the 5 freeway.
Bernard's a lefty, strong to his left. Jalen Cook.
10 to shoot Williams, guarded by Mobley. Step back, missed everything, and 4 straight threes on 4 consecutive possessions. That was a line drive three that missed from Jones. Now O'Connell will try, and he misses. Another one of those transfers that was brought in. The Angels had a nice
team can regroup and win the Pac-12 tournament and do some damage in the NCAA tournament.
It's going to be very difficult.
If they can sit down and get a stop, because this is the best 1 and 2 teams with holding them under 65 points.
Jariah Horn with a calf injury that kept him out of their win. They were dominant against Oregon on Monday, and now here on Thursday take it 10 on the shot clock. Up and under for McKinley Wright to kick out. Evan Batty launched. But Minnesota's the one team, Adrian, that I know they have some really good home wins. They beat Michigan, beat Ohio State at the barn. But
this favorite right here. Which one is that, Rox?
That's the flop.
The flop.
Right? You're saying I side with the referees and the rules?
And the technicals. You're technical.
Great. See what we can get out. All right, Oregon looking to get on the board for the first time here. Omorigi from three, and that is both sides have really utilized that transfer market to grab talent and integrate them pretty seamlessly into the field with just under 8 minutes remaining.
Yeah, the goal here is to go on a run and get it under double digits. No easy task. But the next time
he's at an arm's length.
It's a big shot because it's a counter punch. Taking Oregon's three away with a three. The Ducks under double digits in terms of their deficit.
Great ball movement. Richardson with a kick. Lawson for three. This one's
points a game.
He had a 31-point game.
Yep.
He's got a few 20-point games. Here's Tubelis from three. Barely scraped the front of. Tubelis out of the corner. He's got a three. Krisa knocks down another three.
Now Kuntz for another three.
And 15 against Cal. Amir Wright, and he gets blocked right away by Evan Mobley.
Something to go. And Nate Pryor is coming fast.
Green. Here comes Bajema, part two.
Mobley's dad's his last word was elbow, as Bill Walton almost took out Eric Mobley, an assistant coach for USC. His sons, Isaiah and Evan, actually Evan Mobley might be bigger than Giannis was when he came into the league.
Well, so that's a visual comparison you're making.
To run the team, make plays. They have shut him down completely in this game.
Well, they got size on him all the time. That was a Phil Jackson incredible contribution to the game.
Oh, Jones misses the first, but a tap out and a fresh possession. Jones on a fire away. It's an air ball. Peterson makes both. He'll finish the game with 15. Tates throws it up there.
Shot clock rolling down on the Beavers. Zach Reichel sets the feet, has his shot blocked. SC by one. Open three, swish. Team foul number 6 on USC. So the next one will put Oregon State into the bonus. 4:13 remaining, and the
come back all the way. So good for Matt, good for the Bears. Here he is, attacking immediately. Jared Hyder along three. And that one, Mikhail Foreman cut off. Open is Bentley. Clean look. Brent Anticevich, a three.
The wooden legs of the Trojan horse.
Oregon State by 3.
Remember when Tex Winter would always say that the world turns on a trifle? That's what's happening right now. The trifle is a small ball.
Down Tony Miller the rebound, but when you look at this USC team, Don, are they the deepest team in the league?
I think they're the most talented team in the league. USC and Noah Williams. Again, Isaiah White with the winning play. Tips it away from Williams.
On time.
Here's Bay on the head-to-head, running with Amir Wright. Right from the deep corner. Fouled on the closeout from Evan Mobley. Change of speed, change of direction. Amir Wright steps into three. Front iron.
Colorado looking to push tempo. Here's Schwartz. He averages 9 points per game. He's already got 6. Walton has it blocked inside, goes back up and scores.
Just got to attack right away there. He's such a good player. He's not going to play huge minutes.
Batty and Mobley altering that shot.
This is a fabulous demonstration of how to play basketball for the Buffaloes.
De Silva inside the arc, no good.
Shot.
Here's Schwartz, who has 2 3-pointers in this game. Colorado 5 of 8 from 3.
Nice.
They're going to call Agbonk Polo.
Out those grades?
Mike Schmitz, take it up with Mike.
I love Mike Schmitz.
Here's Wright, goes to the left hand and scores.
Okay, I want to talk about how great this guy is for his team. First team all defense.
Oh, I'm ignoring you for the remainder of the half. Knocked out of bounds.
Don't let the other guys go. This was the Celtic strategy. Bill Russell against Wilt. Wilt would have his biggest numbers ever. Again.
You're here. At least sort of. McKinley Wright around and out, but there's Batty. Rejected by Mobley. I do. I don't want to do the game solo. Although it might actually be fun.
You always do. What would be different?
Yeah,
once you call a timeout and get him back out there. Oscar, Tristan.
That's, Tristan De Silva, Oscar's young. Schwartz uncovered, misses the shot. Batty with the offensive rebound. Tries to power it back up, and Mobley got his 4th block.
To get out of the way. They're there first.
Andy Enfield sticking with that zone. Nice pass inside to Batty. Missed the layup, though.
Too early. With a 7-point lead, you can't be milking the clock.
Here's the entry pass to Batty. With 2 on the shot clock, he misses, and Evan Mobley.
They have been on this train, Bill. I got to say,
from the very beginning. Now, Oregon right now is playing fantastic, and congratulate-tacular.
And Isaiah White there with the putback 2 for USC. Timmy Allen's shot cleared by
Drew Peterson giving the ball to Evan Mobley when he's wide open in the post with one guy guarding him. Oh, my goodness. He'll send it back.
There it is.
Send it back. Grab it. Start a fast break.
Let's see, he's right behind him.
Okay.
And the interesting by back. Just to punctuate that.
Johns Hopkins, where he had 18 school records for a long, long time.
Look at that scoop try by Plummer.
Push the ball in.
Well, he's wet. Look at that. Hell, that's why. He's taking 21 now.
Yeah, some guys take 21 in a game.
There's a pass where that's what you were thinking, attack to score first.
Absolutely.
And then pass second. All right.
You can always pass the ball.
Well,
don't understand it.
Right now crossing out the screen for Plummer.
This is going up.
Plummer drives all the way in, and a good rebound by Ethan.
Stand back and look at him and say, we're here to play. How about you guys? Let's go.
Can't do that anymore. Horn for 3.
Pass where that's what you were thinking, attack to score first.
Absolutely.
And then pass second. All right.
You can always pass the ball.
If they can sit down and get a stop, because this is the best 1 and 2 teams with holding them under 65 points.
Jariah Horn
with just under 8 minutes remaining. Yeah, the goal here is to go on a run and get it under double digits. No easy task. But the next time
the Browns already reached his season average. He's got 9 points. Tubelis underneath, size advantage on Edey, sealed him off. Krisa knocks down another 3.
The strategy you must credit there, it's Andy Enfield and his coaching staff, their ability to recruit graduate transfers.
Oh, that's got to be Tristan De Silva.
It is.
Best I've ever seen him play, too.
He's still wearing number 23, same number as the first half.
A move. Cole launches a 3 and heads by Evan Mobley.
Sometimes running something for a guy is just getting the heck
out. And I've already heard this from their staff. It's going to be about the defensive end. They have more than enough offense.
Just didn't find him. I think that will be the first pass in ensuing attempts to break the press.
Boston already with 14.
Just did not see this one coming. Hemmings for 3. Good.
Big bids are set. You can't wait. And
check your email, please, because
Horn.
Jariah Horn now is 9
star.
Still trying to polish out his offensive game. Here he is defensively, and look at Etienne. Etienne actually... Chavez Goodwin is summoned as Mobley sits. Now he takes his turn on Riley.
Wow, there's
and
the help.
Evan Mobley with the swat.
Potential #1 overall pick, depending on who wins the draft lottery in the NBA. And he's got some business to finish here at USC is Stanford. Yeah. Finally getting down to Kasunas now with 5 to shoot. Backing down Mobley. Strong move. Contact. Kasunas backing down Isaiah Mobley. Goes reverse, had it blocked.
3, and they lost by 18 to Colorado earlier this week. And in trouble here. Big turnover there forced.
Strip from Isaiah White, and Colorado controls.
We've seen this. This is a Stanford kind of performance and they're an unselfish team. There's enough for everyone. You play hard enough, you're going to be trying to get a substitution after.
And Oregon still just out of sorts. Shot clock winding down. They don't see it, and that's going to be a turnover and a miss either. Trojans.
Oh, good find. The trailer so often open in transition.
Finish that 11 times out of 10.
There's an example of the grace, the fluidity, the ease that Mobley.
Freshman of the year in 2019. Inside they go, 2-2 Bellis. Used the glass, couldn't get it.
Second game right now.
Yeah.
So still kind of getting his feet wet, but showing some defensive savvy right there.
To Bellis, can't hit, track down. Into the game is Jordan Brown, the Nevada transfer, who's their best low post player, but he couldn't hit over Mobley. Here, Joe. Brown got it to fall. The LA native gets it on the block. Size advantage against Anderson. Gives it up to Brown. Reverses it in.
Let's see out of the timeout 2-3 zone.
Christian Coloco working against Mobley. Rebound from Isaiah. A shot over the first 15 minutes. It's a problem. Yeah. But they have enough guys who can score where it's not as big of a deal if he doesn't find it.
Let's see.
Largest lead for the Trojans. USC is 10 for 17 from 3. And they're
lately. In fact, he had one bad game and then kind of did a self-criticism on Twitter and then responded with an outstanding game.
Dribble, hit the spot up jumper. He can pretty much do whatever he wants.
Jackson, the freshman. Deshaun Jackson was one of the bright spots for the Cougs. He had 10 in the first half, and now he has 12.
As time wears on, the Cougars traditionally play a lot more zone, and there you see the turnover as they struggle to score.
Cougars need to get a score on this possession. And the ball goes off of the freshman Jackson.
Both of those games went into overtime. You got to be able to play against the ideal of your own standard of error. We've had so much fun there at this school. We'll be back next year to get double platinum record status in their team up with Fleetwood Mac. Beautiful play.
And even without De Silva for much of that half, leading by 3, looking for their 3rd win of their last 4 games. Turnover on the first possession. Teams going at it here. Jaden DeLay with 7 in the shot clock. Bounces for Kasunas, looking for his first points of the night and still searching for him. Back into De Silva. Backs it down, got him off his feet and laid it in.
Even the top 10, he hasn't had the most consistent year, but you know, you could see a guy like Karis LeVert having the success he is in the NBA and him potentially.
For the lead. And Grant Anticevich the offensive rebound. And swatted by Evan Mobley.
Products and people be on every screen with that one idea you need to turn a consumer into your customer.
We're that down when he's wide open. Don't look for him to create his own shot, though, unless he's in the paint.
Keep in mind,
setting pace, even though they missed 5 free throws last night. What a talent, what a team. Who's going to be the lead guy? Will it be Horn with fierce competitor? Evan Batty trying to convert with a mismatch here. Get in the air. Yes, Evan Batty. Found if you miss.
Timer's at 4. Here's
Horn,
Wright with
Horn's
3.
running away from the ball.
Wright with 1. Lets it fly. Off the front rim.
Campbell looks back. It's the play call from Mick Cronin. 15 to shoot.
Singleton has a little bit of a hot hand. Do you go to him? There he is.
Singleton, that's a long two.
Movement.
Peterson, a junior, transfer from Rice out of Libertyville, Illinois. Campbell.
12 in that game, 25. Yeah, he can light it up at times.
And so far, he's got 8 as Campbell turns it over.
Generally doesn't lose.
Campbell. Riley from the elbow. Got it.
Have a case. Well, that road record might play a bit against them.
You're 0-10 the road. You're 0-10 the road and there's no fans.
The offensive end of the floor. And of course, they're without Oscar Da Silva tonight. 3rd straight game he's missed. As the follow goes. Another one of those transfers that was brought in. And the Angels had a night.
Is there any part of any of me that's real?
Held together by bolts and wires. 7-point.
Beautiful give and go.
Good move inside.
Cade Cunningham today, but he put up 40 points against Oklahoma and can score it at all 3 levels. This is a guy who has ideal positional size at 6'8".
On the defensive glass as well. I think those are areas teams want to see him in.
Where have you seen his biggest improvement this?
Points in the last 5 games, and sometimes you kind of gain your rhythm. You know that point of you feel comfortable, and Edie is at that point then.
That is
his body, the way he's built, the ability for him to knock down free throws, get out and shoot from behind the arc.
Wins the final in the Aussie Open.
Yeah, and we're seeing right now the heavyweights of the Pac-12.
Williams elects not to give it to him. Rapp had the ball stolen. Jackson switched about 7.
I see Hamir Wright is still wearing a wrap on his right hand. And that's what's so special about it, about that team's met.
Which, when you consider how much of a blowout it was, a little surprising, especially in context of what Sahonis has done recently. And Stevenson trying to State 27 versus Colorado. Green Roberts, 2 hands.
That's a beautiful job.
Back injury, lower back injury kept him out. His conditioning has been a problem for him. Little tiny guy, the leader of the team, one of 2 captains for the Trojans.
Shooting 42. These 2 teams will play at the end of the regular season at Pauley Pavilion. Right now, UCLA at 9-1, SC at 8-2, a 3-point
basketball. What I love about Ethan Anderson, because he looked at this game tonight and he said, hey, man, everybody's talking about Tiger Campbell being the best little guy in the game.
And they scored 57, beat Oregon State, but held to 46 points tonight. Again, playing without 2 key players, Cody Riley, Jalen Hill. Chris Smith's already been out.
O'Connell. Here's Zalaire around his screen from Kasunas. Rises over the top and hits the jump. Here's Zalaire off the glass and a goaltend.
Here's Matt Bradley, and he throws it away. And there's an example, I think, Ben, of his timing being Bradley. So from down 11, Cal has a 1-point lead. As Evan Mobley blocks the shot of...
Success right off the bat at Washington State starting last year.
Nice pass by Bonton and a slam from Deshaun Jackson, who has
intensity here to start the second half. Good sign.
Roberts up to screen for Green, who rejects and pulls.
Quade Green in a game like this. You don't play the scoreboard. We're still playing, building our habits. We play the same way every time as they get the turnover there.
So you started at the top.
I think this is the pinnacle, Bill. Cheatham with a challenge.
Oh! I just can't figure out it. Now, does he have the soup company or somebody else? Good win! Yeah, Chavez! They've got the virus under control there.
Cameron. Mobley straight up, and Evan collects another.
The ball by Edie.
Zion pulling with 5 left in regulation over Mobley, who got a piece, his 6th block.
Help each other out, you know.
Well, Mobley picked up the offensive foul there. And Christopher, well, he scored the first 5. Chris Austin comes out to set that high screen for Verge, and then gets it back. Nicely done by Alonzo Verge.
The defensive end, and he said that's what this team is doing.
There's Mobley disrupting a pass, and that will create a turnover. Chris Austin. And the question when we're watching the ball of the Sun Devils is where are they going to get points if it isn't, this is one guy that can do it, Woods, but if it isn't Christopher. Who wants the last shot? Woods is going to take a 90-footer and hit it. Sessions where Mobley was trying to do old school, post up, back to the basket stuff, and he was getting pushed.
You know,
he couldn't establish.
From the corner, Isaiah White, the grad transfer from Utah Valley, with the first made field goal of the night for USC. White has got a game already. Arizona was up by as many as 9. Bauman, so potentially, obviously more costly to Arizona, given the way that Tubelis is playing tonight, and he's gone to the bench.
12 in that game, 25. Yeah, he can light it up at times.
And so far, he's got 8 as Campbell turns it over.
Yeah, generally doesn't lose.
Player in the first meeting, he had 13 points, 11 rebounds, and a blowout win for USC. Here's a lob pass that's broken up by Isaiah White and 3, and they lost by 18 to Colorado earlier this week. And in trouble here. Big turnover there for us.
Returning starter for the Trojans as Edey's 3 is offline. Arizona had to replace all 5 of its starters from last year.
Run some time off the clock. Then once again, what's come up? The offensive rebounds for, the Wildcats now turnover.
And a steal.
And intercepted. Here comes Evan Mobley.
I think it's going to be a trilogy. I'm going overtime with him. But you know what? Serena has an urgency. She doesn't have any throw.
Lately. In fact, he had one bad game and then kind of did a self-criticism on Twitter and then responded with an outstanding game. Williams elects not to give it to him. Rapp had the ball stolen.
Stevenson trying to get bailed out. He throws it away.
Hey,
fronting Mobley and deflects it.
That's a gamble for Amir Wright with 4 fouls, but got a great deflection.
And Bay turns it over.
Yeah, Washington.
And even without De Silva for much of that half, leading by 3, looking for their 3rd win of their last 4 games. Turnover on the first possession.
Turnover by the Beavers. SC pushing. Pull up 3. Taj Edey in transition. Here's Matt Bradley, and he throws it away. And there's an example, I think, Ben, of his timing being.
But that's what's great about our league this year, Rocks, is there's a group of 4 that are really good at the top. In a game like this, you don't play the scoreboard. We're still playing, building our habits. We play the same way every time as they get the turnover there.
Now, does he have the shoot company or somebody else? Good win! Yeah, Chavez! Send it back.
Game already. Arizona was up by as many as 9. Bauman done. Isaiah Mobley with 4. So yes, USC has momentum. Yes, they have the lead, but they've got some issues in the front court.
He's doing up there in Minnesota.
It's give and go. Trying back for Jaden Williams, broken up.
Yeah, so now they let him play.
In limited time. It's not bad.
Russ Turner, he's not going to sleep tonight. He's going to say, we came here to compete and win.
He does. He's just got a good feel for the game. And sometimes that's knowing when you can get a shot off.
That gets Akbog Polo going. Sometimes just an easy layup in transition, you see it go through.
It did on the defensive end.
Here we go with Anderson taking the challenge.
Evan takes it away. Edey, the hit ahead.
The glass tonight. Don't know what the final numbers are, but I'm sure it's a double-figure difference in favor of the Trailblazers.
Sure.
Has along trying to make the pass to Evan Cole. Barthélemy tries to make the pass to Bediako. I'd say that's the one weakness in Moncrief's game. And Paponia turns it over into the hands of Mobley.
In the gray jumpsuit. Still sprained right ankle. That was an easy. Right now they're up by 14, so it looks like they've gotten themselves out of it. because the press is what kills every. Jalen Green, stolen. Green, they steal the ball on the fast break. They come back up with it. Mobley, disgusting. Looking down low, Mobley gets his hands in the pass to get an easy two. China back on the offensive end. They almost lose the ball. They do that time. USA comes up with it. Hey, 4:15 left to go in the fourth. Here comes Yang using the pass, and it's a steal. Evan Mobley, one.
What is scoring defense?
U.S. points allowed.
Okay, that's different than scoring defense.
How long have you been around this game called basketball?
The Trojans ran away from that long rebound here.
Schwartz too strong, and Evan Mobley's got it.
Against the Celtics and Bill Russell, but they were shut down everybody else. Dallas Walton cannot get the little things to go his way today. Get a one-point game if they made them all.
Tough shot by Walker, won't go, and there's
the rebound.
Evan Mobley with his 7th rebound.
You can't be milking the clock.
Here's the entry pass to Batty. With 2 on the shot clock, he misses, and Evan Mobley with his 8th rebound. Here comes Mobley's got McKinley right on the switch. Shot clock at 3. Right for 3. In and out. Mobley with a sweet rebound, his 9th.
There it is. Send it back. Grab it. Start a fast break. Smart enough to know that the more Evan Mobley has the ball, the better off the Trojans are going to be. What a rebound. Get it out there. Quit Donnie Daniels for the Utah squad.
That's a great point.
You know, we're running out of time here in this 5-point game, but Donnie Daniels.
That's Eric McCord a minute. There he goes in, and Evan Mobley, his own tip.
Don't foul, or at least to the other team.
Inside to Carlson, rebounded by Evan Mobley, and he's fouled it.
And what day of the week will that be played on?
That's a good question.
Oh my gosh.
Half court look inside and then make sure you're putting it outside.
Soft touch by Riley, won't go.
7-foot jumper.
Here's Bernard, puts it on the floor, goes to the left hand. Showing some confidence in the rebound corral. Straight points for the Trojans. Jaquez on a 3. Rebound by Mobley. One of the premier.
In the middle of the lane.
Campbell wants to take Isaiah Mobley. Mobley got a fingertip on it. And Evan, the loose ball.
Yeah, not a good decision.
Peterson, a junior, transfer from Rice. Out of Libertyville, Illinois. Campbell is swallowed up by offensive numbers. 9 and 5 till this point. Riley taking a bit of contact on the follow-through. No whistle. To 8. Shot clock at 12. Here's Bernard showing the footwork. Goes left hand.
Yeah, see how he got back to that strong hand with the left.
What a play by Jaquez.
Just a split second.
Singleton.
Wow, good rebound in traffic there by Evan Mobley.
For his last 2. And the Rice transfer has cut it to 4. Riley.
Boy, Evan Mobley
But UCLA's lead still at 7. Here comes Jaquez looking for more.
Yeah, tough to drive against that guy.
And free throw shooter.
Yep, you got to be ready. You don't even have to say it, be ready to rebound with USC because they rebound.
But now the old symbol for get up is a symbol for the flop. So I'm very confused.
Way off there, Zaire Williams, another impressive combined. These two teams through 7 minutes of this first half. Williams had that deflected. USC pulling away. Jones a contested 3. That won't go, and you're really starting to notice the absence.
That guy's sensational.
Cade Cunningham had 25 points today, 8 boards, 5 assists. Oklahoma State moving on to the Big 12 title game tomorrow night to play Texas. Good defense there by
fierce competitor. Evan Batty trying to convert with a mismatch here. Get in the air. Yes, Evan Batty. He'll send it back. There it is. Send it back. Grab it. Start a fast
pass. That's what you were thinking. Attack the score first.
Absolutely.
And then pass second. All right.
You can always pass the ball.
Tajidi is now on Martinez as Plummer drives it, and Ethan Anderson. Timmy Allen's played 46.
Yeah, so I mean he's gonna be tired.
Been off the court a minute. There he goes in, and Evan Mobley, his own tip.
Movement.
Peterson, a junior, transfer from Rice. out of Libertyville, Illinois. Campbell. Isaiah Mobley had a good look at it. But UCLA's lead still at 7. Here comes Jaquez looking for more.
Yeah, tough to drive against
13 season under Ben Howland. And for USC, they haven't won one. Have to go all the way back to 84-85. Look at Evan Mobley.
Plummer going baseline. Back tonight for Utah is Mikhail Yantinen, and that's big because he's an excellent defender. He's been on the.
To say, are you on this Politburo committee?
No, but everybody says this.
Nameless, faceless, anonymous people who come in and decide.
Well, so USC losing here, and it would be 3 out of 4. Where are you in terms of your?
Well, and you know they got more free throws, I believe, in the first game against USC.
Got it blocked. Got a bounce.
This is the #1 rebounding team in the conference and one of the best defensive teams, but they're going to have to capitalize on all opportunities.
Wins the final in the Aussie Open.
Yeah, and we're seeing right now the heavyweights of the Pac-12.
Williams spins in but has it blocked.
Teams met, which when you consider how much of a blowout it was, it's a little surprising, especially in context of what Sahonis has done recently. And Stevenson trying to. Shot clock goes under 10. Green from the top. Pryor finds an open window over at Moncolo.
Back injury, lower back injury kept him out. His conditioning has been a problem for him. Little tiny guy, the leader of the team, one of 2 captains for the Trojans.
Shooting 42. These two teams will play at the end of the regular season at Pauley Pavilion. Right now, UCLA at 9-1, SC at 8-2, a 3-point
basketball. What I love about Ethan Anderson, because he looked at this game tonight and he said, hey man, everybody's talking about Tiger Campbell being the best little guy in the game. Of your life in this 19-point game right here. Have you heard from the powers that be, oh, you know, we could never do that. It'll never work.
19 points. Also, Edey's got 14. Boy, Taj Edey's been big. It's just, again, an interesting mix. You've got the Mobley brothers who are, you know, big-time recruits. Then you got
to go back to March 1st of 2020 to find their last game in this building. We got to go back to November to find the last time they'd even practiced in this building.
Full court trap. Not a lot of ball handlers or experience on the floor right now for Stanford.
The layer with the head of steam, but he's called not to be fooled there. De Silva goes by Mobley, switches hands, silky smooth for Oscar to. Here's the layer, off the glass and a goaltend. O'Connell was wide open for a moment. De Silva couldn't find him in time. Tates flies by, has his shot blocked by Mobley. Is outside the layer. Jaden DeLayer against Evan Mobley. Got him off his feet. And the foul. Great.
He's shooting over 40% from 3. He's competitive. I look at like a Pat Connaughton type of guy who's carved out a role in the NBA. And then at Arizona, they have some long-term.
Here's Jared Hyder. Bradley. Off the dribble. Off the window. And it's
get on the board and then call it timeout.
Matt Bradley to the bucket, the reverse, and it spins out.
3 for 4. It always happens when teams are the same. It goes the opposite.
The floater on the baseline, short from Carting,
going left shoulder jump hook at the end.
Doesn't every 7-footer have that?
The talent just drips out. Talked about doing more of to help Evan Mobley because defenses are really keying on him in the half court.
There's one.
But if you get stops,
who would you hesitate to give it up to in transition on this roster? No one, right?
No.
Strong take by Wright.
Everything. And then you got Howard Stern. So all these people who have changed the world. Great offensive foray. Renze cheated.
Zion pulling with the basketball and 8 to shoot against Isaiah Mobley. Up and under. Oh, Evan got it.
But basketball, and then all of a sudden they realize you can really play, and now you're the starting guard and you're leading your team to a win over USC. A block shot. Evan. They've got the virus under control there.
Cameron. Mobley straight up, and Evan collects another.
Send it back. There it is. Send it back. Grab it. Start a fast break.
Tajidi is now on Martinez as Plummer drives it, and Ethan Anderson.
13th season under Ben Howland. And for USC, they haven't won one. Have to go all the way back to 84-85. Look at Evan Mobley.
Pryor drags the foot.
Yeah, that's that presence of Evan Mobley again.
Of your life in this 19-point game right here. Have you heard from the powers that be? Oh, you know, we could never do that. It'll never work.
USC. He began his college career at Southeast Missouri State. Andre Kelly, tough step back, challenged by Evan Mobley.
And talked about doing more of to help Evan Mobley because defenses are really keying on him in the half court.
There's one.
But if you get stops and everything,
And then you got Howard Stern. So all these people who have changed the world. Great offensive foray. Renze cheated.
Zion pulling with the basketball and 8 to shoot against Isaiah Mobley. Up and under. Oh, Evan got it.
Field has been very, was even with us this morning, very direct in saying, look, we ran everything we wanted. Mobley got all kinds of touches. The other
overall high school player last year, according to ESPN.com.
Who was number
Here's
1 and 2?
McKinley Wright. There is Mobley with a block.
The Big Ten title last year. I almost feel like for Maryland fans, as long as it's been, it's not until you win at a high level do you feel like you're a part of that.
Mobley only have 2 combined field goals, and they're blowing out the opponent.
speaks to the ball movement in the roster.
This is our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC, brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner in Zaire.
7 for Sierra Canyon, but Rancho Christian not able to cut into that deficit at all.
Boston with a pretty move. Brandon Ball
of Williams and Boston combining for 50 points tonight.
Bailey working the baseline. And that's what they've done all.
Protection.
Mobley trying to send a statement, wasn't he? There's one.
Well, he comes back. Comes back. And the long 2 is good.
Down, kicking away. Hayes puts up a little collision there with Moncrief and Barnes. And boy, just an incredible shot by Patterson.
For the key, China looking to set up the offense. USA still playing great D. Pull up jumper. Blocked by